Hi, my name is Teresa Kovlak, and today I thought I'd show you how I put these little paintings in a bottle. So the first thing that you will be needing are some bottles to put them in. These I picked up at the Michael store, and they're nice because they come in a set of 8. They also have the chain so it can become a necklace. Then you will need something to paint on. What I am painting on is called the craft plastic, and I actually buy mine in a 12 by 12 sheet, and then I cut it down to the size that I need. When I'm cutting it down, how I do it is I take and cut them into strips, and I just measure the outside of my bottle of how tall it should be, and then I bring it around the back. And you can have it just so it covers the back or just under, because when it goes into your bottle, it's actually going to be squeezed down a little bit. So the best way to cut it is on a cutter. If you have one of these little cutters, this works great. If you don't have a cutter, then you can just take a ruler and measure it. And then take your ruler and put it nice and straight at the end and draw your line, and then take a pair of scissors and cut it that way. The other thing that you will be needing is you will be needing some varnish to spray your painting after you're all done, letting it dry, and then putting a UV protector on it. That way it keeps the nice vibrant colors. I am painting with the alcohol inks, and these are made by Ranger. The other thing that you'll be needing is some E6000. This is perfect for glass, and I'll just put a dab of glue on and glue that right in. To put my paintings in, I'm going to be using some tweezers, and let's go ahead and do a quick little painting, and then we'll get started on putting the paintings in the bottle. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wet down my paper a little bit. So if you're doing a small painting, it is a little bit different than doing the bigger paintings. You don't need as much ink. And if you like, you also can just take and do an abstract painting. They look really nice in the bottles too. So I'll just do me a little sky up there. Take and tip my paper a little bit. And maybe I'll bring a little more of that blue up here. Just I want it to look like a sky. And the clouds. So I'm going to tip this down just a tiny bit to let that run. And we'll go ahead and do a little landscape. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a little Limeade. On the first two colors that I used a little bit of wild plum, and I used a little bit of aqua. Just grabbed a little bit of that 99% alcohol. So I'm just kind of thinking how I want my landscape. And because it is small, I'm also thinking about when it's in the bottle, and when it's in the bottle, what is it going to look like? So I'm thinking of that as I'm doing my painting. This is a little bit of denim. I'm going to put a little water scene there because I kind of like that. come back in and grab a little bit of that Aqua. And I might want a touch of that pink coming down, reflecting into my water. I don't want too much on my brush, so I make sure I tap off on my paper towel. Just clean my brush with some 99% alcohol. And I kind of like that. So again, I want to think about what it's going to look like when it's in my bottle. We could go ahead and let me grab some brown here. So I have a little bit of brown. Just going to do it around the edge here. And actually I'll go ahead and grab my fan brush because that works really nice around the edge. Again, make sure you always tap off. I'm tapping on the side here. You probably can't see it in the camera, but I just make sure that I don't have too much ink on my paper towel, or I'm sorry, on my brush. And I just want it to look like it's a little pond with some little grass. Kind of like that. And then maybe we'll go ahead and put some little trees in the back. Grab me a nice small brush. A little bit of the black, that's the pitch black. And just go ahead and put a pine tree about right here. Reflection into the water. Just kind of jig-jog the branches. They don't have to be perfect. And I have my reflection coming down. And usually you don't see a pine tree just sitting out there all by himself. He usually has a couple friends with them, so we'll go ahead and add another one in. Make sure I don't have too much ink on my brush. And just kind of jig-jog those branches in. I'm going to make him a little bit taller. Pick up a little more of that ink. Make sure I don't have too much. And we'll put the other one about right here. We'll get a little bit of greenery here, so I'll just leave that. Go ahead and pick up a little bit of that brown, mix it with a little black, touch it off, and maybe we could put some cattails in. And then we'll go ahead and pick up a little bit of green for the leaves of our cattails. I just take and roll my brush on the ink. It's in my palette. I kind of like that. And I'm just going to take my fan brush, clean it down with some alcohol. It's nice and clean. It's got a little moisture on it. I'm just bringing it in and dabbing it. Come back and just pull it up a little. I kind of like that painting. What do you think? So I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, what I would do is take this painting, let it totally dry down. After it's dry, I'm going to take it outside. And the best thing to do is take a piece of cardboard. We're going to pretend that this is our cardboard. And we would take and put it onto our cardboard and either put a little piece of masking tape there or a little piece of Scotch tape, just a small little loop. And the reason you would do that, so I have some Scotch tape right here. So we grab it, just take and make a little loop, put it on the back, and put it on our cardboard. The reason I'm doing that is when I go to spray it, it's not going to want to blow away on me. So I can just go ahead and spray my painting, and then after the varnish is dried, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the UV on it. After you have that done, then your painting will be ready. So now these ones are dry and they're ready to go into a bottle. We're going to take our cork off. And again, these have already been sealed, so they're ready to go in. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're just grabbing onto the end and we're curling it up. So it will fit in the bottle and we let it go. Just like that. So again, let's do that another time. We're taking our bottle and our little painting. Again, it's already been painted and sprayed and sealed, has the UV on it, and take and just curl it up and put it right in your bottle and let it go. I don't have to take the painting and glue it in because it will want to expand and just stay right where it is. I've been making these for a few years, haven't had any problems. If your painting doesn't tuck all the way up against the wall, just take your tweezers and just push it over a little. So now what I need to do, so this holds up, and say we want to use it as a necklace, I'm just going to take a little bit of the E6000. I'm going to take my cork and I'm just putting a small dab on. It's not a lot. So I have it on my cork and I'm just going to take and put it in and I'm going to give it a little twist. And that's it. I'm going to let that set. So I'll let it set up overnight and it'll be ready to wear tomorrow. So a little painting in a bottle. Again, we'll do the other cork. Just take and put a little bead of the E6000 on. And take our bottle, put it on, give it a little twist. And we have a bead of caulk on there. And we have a painting in a bottle. So I hope this video was helpful to you and maybe gave you some new ideas of something to paint or a new way to show off your art. If it was helpful to you, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That's all I need from you to let me know that you enjoy my videos. Again, my name is Teresa Kovlak. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. And please, if you like this video, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great rest of your day and happy painting.